Test for glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase. We have seen laboratory diagnosis. Now these are the special tests. Methemoglobin reduction test. It is also called MRT test, which is a screening test. Next, fluorescent spot test, quantitative G6PD assay. Autohemolysis test is said to be positive. Heinz body test percentage increases, and DNA analysis by PCR method. These are the special tests done. Autohemolysis test and Heinz body test will be explained in the later classes. Coming on to the first test, methemoglobin reduction test. Principle: nitrate is used to oxidize hemoglobin to methemoglobin. The methylene blue stimulates the hexose monophosphate, that is HMP pathway, which if intact it supplies NADPH, which in turn reduces brown methemoglobin to red oxyhemoglobin. Specimen: 6 ml blood and to which add 1.2 ml of ACD solution, acid citrate dextrose solution. The reagent required are sodium nitrite 1.25 gram in 100 ml distilled water, glucose 5 gram in 100 ml distilled water, methylene blue 150 gram in 100 ml distilled water. Coming on to the method, how do you proceed with the test? Label 3 test tubes as A, B and C. And take the contents accordingly. Sodium nitrite 0.1 ml into test tube A and 0.1 ml into test tube B. Glucose 0.1 ml into test tube A and B. Methylene blue 0.1 ml into test tube A only. Blood 2 ml into each of the test tube. Mix well and keep the test tube A, B, C at 37 degrees centigrade for 3 hours. Take 3 test tube each containing 10 ml distilled water. Now label another 3 test tube as E, F and G. After 3 hours, mix the content of the test tube A, B and C. From test tube A, transfer into each of these E, F, G test tube, take 10 ml of distilled water. Now transfer 0.1 ml from test tube A into test tube E. 0.1 ml from test tube B into test tube F. And 0.1 ml content from test tube C to test tube G. Observation: wait for test tube A with distilled water and content from test tube C to G should always be red. Test tube with the content distilled water and contents from test tube B to F should always be brown. That is, test tube with the C test tube and the B test tube followed by G test tube and F test tube should be red and brown only. Now test tubes with distilled water content from B to F, if it is red, there is no deficiency, G6PD deficiency. If brown, full expression of G6PD deficiency. If between red and brown, intermittent expression of G6PD deficiency is seen. This is about methemoglobin reduction test. I said brown and red color. This slide shows how the deficient blood, G6PD deficient blood appears brown in color, and this is the normal blood which appears red in color. Clinical manifestation: the patient may experience an acute hemolytic crisis within hours of exposure to oxidant stress. Hemolytic crisis means it is characterized by an accelerated rate of RBC destruction leading to anemia, jaundice and reticulocytosis, that is hemolytic crisis. So hemolytic crisis is self-limited even if the exposure continues and only older red cell population is rapidly destroyed. A minority of patients are sensitive to exposure to fava beans. As told in my previous slide, fava beans, if they are allergic, they will have favism phenomenon will be seen. Coming on to the next test, that is fluorescent spot test, FST. It is also called as Butler's test, which is a semi-quantitative rapid fluorescent spot test. Fluorescent spot test is widely used in vitro diagnosis of G6PD deficiency using whole blood or dried blood spot also can be used. The test is affordable and produces qualitative visual results within few minutes. However, a cold chain is needed for storage of reagents, electricity and training for interpretation of results are required. Principle: fluorescent spot test is based on natural fluorescence of NADPH from NADP under the ultraviolet light. G6PD produces NADPH, so normal G6PD samples produce a bright green color, that is, it gives fluorescent spot, whereas in case of G6PD deficient sample it does not. That is, the test is positive if blood spot fails to fluorescence. If it fails to fluorescence under ultraviolet rays, it indicates that there is deficiency of G6PD. Next is quantitative G6PD assay. It is a method of choice and kits are commercially available. The method: a hemolysate prepared from patient blood sample is incubated with excess of glucose 6-phosphate and NADP at a constant temperature. The amount of NADPH produced is dependent on the patient's G6PD activity. Now this patient's G6PD activity is measured in a spectrophotometer at 340 nanometer. This is quantitative G6PD assay. With that we finish with the G6PD deficiency. Now pyruvate kinase deficiency. This enzyme is an important key enzyme along the glycolytic pathway and is essential for ATP generation. Its deficiency is inherited as autosomal recessive. It's associated with lifelong hemolytic anemia with pallor, jaundice and splenomegaly in the patient. The blood picture shows normochromic anemia with increased retics and diagnosed by RBC pyruvate kinase enzyme assay.